Our first Rails application is going to be a so-called Hello World program. This follows in a long tradition in computer programming of having the first program be something really simple, traditionally just printing out the string Hello World. This is really useful because it allows us to separate the programming from the system setup. By choosing a really easy example, we can verify that things are basically working before trying to do anything more complicated. We'll be working in this environment directory. And in this directory, we're going to create a new Rails app using Rails new. Now, ordinarily, I would just type Rails new and then the name of the application. But in this case, I'm going to specify the exact version number of Rails so that if you happen to have a slightly different version installed, this command will fail and then it will prompt you to install the right version of Rails. This is done to minimize the chances of something going wrong when following the tutorial. So the way to do this is with an underscore, the version number, and then another underscore. So Rails 6.0.0, and again, use the version in the text, not here necessarily. Rails new, and then the name of the application. In this case, we'll call it Hello App. All right, it's all set up. Now, that might take a minute or two, but I think this is working. Let's cd into the directory, change directory Hello App. And we can also see here, look at the file tree, and these are all the files and directories created by Rails new. Now, this was a big deal when Rails first came out. The idea that a web framework would create a bunch of standard files and directories was huge, because it means you're immediately oriented with any application you're looking at. We'll be spending most of this tutorial in the app directory, and also starting in chapter 3 in the test directory. But throughout the course of this tutorial, we'll touch on many of these directories and files, and end up with a thorough understanding of the default Rails file and directory structure.